Hi boys and girls, my name is Teacher Lisa and today I'm going to be reading you a story called Froggy Gets a Doggy by Jonathan London. Froggy Gets a Doggy. It was night and Froggy woke up and he looked out the window and said, "The moon, the moon! It looks like the tail of a happy dog." Froggy knew what he wanted more than anything in the world, and it was a dog. So look at the moon. Do you guys think it looks like a dog's tail? "Froggy," said his mother the next morning. "What?" "Time to get up, dear. We're going to the animal shelter." "Yippee!" said Froggy as he hopped out of bed and he got dressed. Zip, zoop, zip, 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 zip. So, does anybody know what an animal shelter is? It is a place where people take their dogs when they can't take care of them anymore. So then, if you want a dog, you go to the animal shelter to look for a dog because those are dogs who want homes and they're old homes, they couldn't take care of them anymore. So that's where they're going to look for a dog. Then he flopped to the kitchen. Flop, flop, flop. "I think we'll get a bunny," said Mom. "I don't want a bunny," said Froggy. "I want a doggy." "But you can't have a dog, dear. Dogs are way too messy." "I'll clean up after it," said Froggy, and he ate his bowl of cereal and flies. Munch, crunch, crunch. And he left quite a mess because he was in a hurry to go to the dog shelter. Pollywoggolina, that's his sister, started smacking the table with her spoon, singing, "Doggy, doggy," and Froggy joined in, "Doggy, doggy." "Quiet," said Mom, "or no pets at all." So there they are, pounding on the table like this. "Doggy, doggy." At the animal shelter, Froggy went bananas. "Froggy," said his mom. "What? You need to stay right here. Stay near me and do not stick your hands in the cages." So they made it to the shelter, but his mommy gave him a couple of rules first. Let's see if he sticks by the rules. Froggy flopped back, flop, flop, flop. "Look at the bunny," said his mom. "Isn't he so cute?" "Doggy, doggy," sang his sister Pollywoggolina, and Froggy joined in. "Doggy, doggy." "Quiet," said his mom, "or no pet at all." "Now what about this darling baby gator?" she said. "No," said Froggy and Polly. "Or these cute mice. They are nice." But Froggy and Polly had a different pet in mind. They didn't want that gator, and they didn't want the mice, and they didn't want the bunny. But Froggy ran off to see the dogs. Flop, flop, flop. And was about to stick his hand in the cage. "Froggy," said his mom. "What?" "Stay here, stay near, and don't stick your hands in the cage," she reminded him. But when Mom got to Froggy, the cutest little doggy in the world had stuck her nose out of the cage and was licking Froggy's hand. Slurp, slurp, slurp. "Please, Mom," said Froggy. "Just look at her eyes." So Mom took a look. So you see, he was almost about to break the rules until his mommy had to remind him. It's very dangerous because we don't know if the dog will bite or scratch. So we got to follow our mommy's rules. And the little doggy looked back, and her sweet chocolate brown eyes melted his mommy's heart. "I think I'll just name her Doggy," said Froggy. "Doggy, Doggy, sang Polly. When Froggy got home, he couldn't wait to play with the doggy. First, said Mom, you have to put on her new collar and fill her water bowl and show Doggy where her bed is. I know, said Froggy. So he had to put on her collar because now the collar means that she belongs to Froggy. And then, of course, the dog needed some water. And the dog, since he's never been to the house, needs to know where her bed is. So Froggy has to do all his chores before he can play. Froggy put on Doggy's collar, snap, and filled up her water bowl, gulp, 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 and fluffed up her bed. Now, said Froggy, I am going out to play with my new doggy. But wait a minute. Can he just run out like that? Can he just walk out the door and the dog come follow him? Or do you think the dog will run off? Let's see. First, said his mom, you have to put on her leash. You have and take her for a walk and teach her to come and sit and wait. I know, said Froggy. And, said his mom, don't forget to take your pooper scooper with you and clean up after her. So his mommy made him put the leash on because she will run off because she doesn't know any better. He has to teach her rules. Then he needs to make sure that if she goes potty, he needs to pick it up. It is not okay to keep the poop, leave the poop there wherever they go. So Froggy put on Doggy's leash and snap and took her for a walk. Sniff, sniff, sniff. And when they got back, he tried to teach her to sit, beg, and roll over and shake hands. Then along came Froggalina. Hi, Froggy. What a cute little doggy. And she's smart too, said Froggy. Watch her fetch the stick. Fetch, said Froggy. So he just got her, barely teaching her how to walk on the leash, trying to teach her to sit and to roll over and to shake hands. Then he wanted to show off to his friend Froggalina, and he threw the stick and he took off the leash. Let's see what happens. So he threw the stick, but Doggy knocked over the badminton net and the bird bath and sprinted in the house. Doggy, called Froggy. Roof, said Doggy. Wait, you need to come and get the stick. So you see, he was already thinking that he could follow the rules, and he let him go, and he knocked down all this play stuff outside, and he ran straight into the house. But when Doggy raced back out, she had some of Mom's underwear. Oops, said Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Sit down. Froggalina laughed and said, good doggy. So he went inside and got Mommy's underwear and brought him right back out. And Froggy was embarrassed in front of Froggalina. That night, Froggy put Doggy in her bed, but Doggy wanted to sleep with Froggy, and she snored and she snuffled and she wheezed all night long. It's a lot of responsibility to have an animal. But just before the sun rose up, Doggy licked Froggy's face. Slurp, slurp, slurp. And he scratched at the door, scratch, 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 because he had to go outside to go potty. Wow, what a great dog. Mom held out a toy shovel and said, don't forget your pooper scooper, Froggy. Pooper scooper, said Polly, and everybody laughed, even Doggy. Ruff, ruff, ruff. The end. Well, thank you for listening, boys and girls, and I hope you enjoyed this story.